Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode of The Hustle Guinea Pig. I am your host, Obafemi Samuel, and today we have a very special person in our midst today. He is... he was once a photographer, also a cinematographer, and also right now, a director. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let us welcome in our midst today, Oluwa the Best in the building. Ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me just tell you people that it took us a very, very long time to make this work. I don't know if I said it before, but I'm so glad that we have him today in our, I didn't say in our studio, but I came to meet him. So we'll just go straight to the first question that we have for you is, how did you get into, because of course, you started with photography. You were not into filmmaking before.
I started before photography.
Oh, you started before photography? What were you were doing some creative... Yeah. Okay, so please, just tell us the history of your creative process.
Let me just go way back, like rewind way back. So I think it started from just love for computers, basically. Okay. Just finishing secondary school and just getting off of my mom's store to a cyber cafe, and then there was no phone, so they can't look for you.
Yeah.
They don't know where to look for you. So I just get lost and come back like maybe 9 p.m. when they're about to close, and it was like that every day till I finished secondary school. Then somewhere along the line, I started doing graphic design. I started doing graphic design. I was doing posters. I mean, church is where you first express yourself.
Yeah, of course.
I was doing posters for people, doing brand. Then it became professional. I was making like good money from designs. I was doing brand identity.
And this is for church?
No.
Okay, like
from
for
church to now people reaching out to me that
great.
I want to do a design for my organization. I want to do a design for a program coming. Then some people reach out. I want to do a first time from I want to do logo. Then you get knowledgeable about it and know that it's not just logo. It's now branding. It's now there's a whole lot of things behind the scene beyond just the symbols. So yeah, that's how I started doing branding. I was doing branding for a while. Funny thing is that someone I did a logo for like years ago reached out to me like a few weeks back and saying they want to do another logo. I'm like, I don't even have the software to even do anything again. Then JAMB now, we're writing JAMB. We're passing, but they did not give us admission. So I wanted to do something apart from just doing because your parents are now wondering, you're just sitting at home, you're not doing anything. So I wanted to do something. So I got a job in a photography firm. Okay. As an editor. I didn't know anything about photography.
So how did that happen?
Like someone that knew I was creative to a certain extent, was working in that firm, and the owner of that firm needed someone to edit videos. Not even pictures. Videos as at then. And I didn't even know what was called photography. All I knew then was I was a pro CorelDRAW and Photoshop guy. So I was using that then. So it sounded interesting that they want a video editor. Then back then, who cares about a video editor? And the firm was doing majorly events. So they needed video editor to edit their events. So that's how I got the job. I went for the interview. They said, what software do I use? I don't use any software. The only software I use is Photoshop and CorelDRAW. But I know I can do the job. That's all I told the man. I know I can. If you show me how to do this thing today, by tomorrow I know I will be able to do the job. And that's how I got it. It was like, okay, it's going to give me a chance. And it taught me like 2 hours. Just the basics of this is cut. This is and from just knowledge of watching films and knowing how all these things work, I'm like, okay, I can do this. That's the only tutorial I got from him. Like that was like tutorial. Every other thing was like, okay, I don't understand how to do this. So I edited videos there for like 2 years. Not like I edited for 2 years straight without. I didn't go out. I didn't even know how they were shooting the videos. And it was way back. It was not all this. It was not memory card. It was tape.
Wow.
It was all these DV cameras. DV and HDV cameras. Jeez. So the process was a long process. You have to get the camera, capture the file. Capture means you convert from tape to digital. So if the recording was 1 hour long, it's going to take you an hour to transfer from tape to digital. Because you have to play back for it to So it was a long ass process, yeah. So most times what I do is I use one day to do audio capturing. So that day I'm just pressing my phone or checking the internet for stuff, learning new stuff. While that is I'm capturing. So those avenues were instances where I learned a lot of things because I was not doing anything apart from capturing. And capturing, and we had internet then, even though they blocked me many times, changed the password many times. But I mean, I still found my way. Then I gained admission into Unilag.
Okay, Unilag.
That was why I left the firm. Even though I wanted to leave before then, but major reason why I left was I gained admission. Then I knew video editing takes time. Yeah, I can't do that and be reading. Yeah. It's going to clash. And I knew Unilag was important. So it was not like, it didn't happen just by vibes. It took like years of writing down. So I knew, I need to do something that I can do alongside school, but it can't be editing because that will take time. So I got a camera and I wanted to try out photography. Before then, I was trying photography with a friend's camera.
That's when you were editing?
No, even when I was editing, when I was editing, I was not interested in shooting
anything.
I just wanted to edit the best wedding film out, the best video out. Even though I knew maybe I would at some point want to shoot, but I did for one day tell them I want to follow them to an event. I was just comfortable sitting in the office and cutting the files. If they shoot their rubbish, it will come back to me. I'll decide the output. So and this is like way back when Instagram was 15 seconds highlights. So when you have to do wedding highlights, I was literally 15 seconds. And he has to bang. If I go to the app page now, I should still be able to find some of the highlights I did. Wow. That's if they've not deleted it, by the way, because those things were trash. But back there, it was banging. At that point, too, what happened when my mom died? Aww. And she was like a major backbone into my finances. Okay. So money stopped coming. So I needed to actually go and make money for me to stay in school to survive. So that was why photography was now core for me. I was in photography based on I need to make money if I want to stay in this school, if I even want to survive myself, because nobody was giving me money again. But I knew I love what I was doing. I loved the editing. I didn't know whether I would like film. But at some point, someone introduced me to... No, I think I saw Timmy Davis post somewhere. I fell in love with his content because it was wedding related. I saw someone doing something I was doing, but doing it on another level. I was doing like what I thought I was good. Then I saw the comment, I was like, wow, this person is mad. So I knew I wanted to meet this person. I was in school, then Timmy made a post that I wanted to do wedding filmmaking review. Okay. So you submit your work and they will review. So it was supposed to be an event. I still even have pictures from the event. So this was the picture we took after the event. So that's my first contact with him.
With him.
Seeing him.
And was he in Unilag?
He finished from Unilag.
Okay, it was not Unilag at that time.
The Bio and Tokyo Upload, all of them already left by the time they are entering Unilag. I didn't even submit my work that day because I saw you're supposed to bring your work in a flash or something. They'll play it and everybody drops their opinion.
Live, in front of everybody.
In front of everybody drops their opinion. He drops his opinion on what he would have done better. Okay. And every other person drops their opinion. I think it was only 2 people that submitted flash. Nobody. The organizer was a bit upset. Why are we organizing this thing if nobody's bringing their work? Yeah. And he didn't know that the only reason why a lot of us didn't submit our work was the work was whack. Then after that, he made a post that he wanted to do internship opportunity for 10 people. I applied. So they sent me a mail, but I didn't see the mail. I really thought maybe it didn't work. I focused on my photography, shooting wedding back. I can never forget this one. I was shooting a wedding that day and I got a call. The person said the person is Timmy Davis' manager, that he sent me a mail that I was selected, but the class is about to start and they didn't see me. So they're just calling to check if I'm still coming. I'm like, I didn't see any mail. So it was not like, will you still be able to make it down today? I'm like, why not?
As in, this was in a wedding.
I was shooting someone's wedding. No, I was shooting someone's wedding. I had a second shooter. Okay. By that time, I had graduated from being the main shooter to from being the second shooter to I was getting weddings myself. So I had a second shooter. So and we already shot prep. So we're going to reception. I just told my second shooter, Kingsley, by the way, Kingsley Peter was my second shooter. I just told him, guy, I need to get out of this place right now. I don't know how you want to do it. I don't know how much they paid you for this wedding, but I'm sure it's not up to the knowledge I'm going to get and where I'm going to right now. I'm sure you can run it. See you later. And I left. I legit left the wedding to push. I used to call it follow my future. I legit I went, and that was how I met him personally. That was how I now started to understand that there's more to filmmaking than just pointing the camera.
Yeah.
There's a whole thought process behind filmmaking beyond pointing the camera is one of the last things you do, not the first thing.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of understanding that needs to happen. So in that internship of 1 year was where I learned a lot of things about filmmaking. Like,
it was 1 year. So the classes were every week.
It was not even every week. I think we only met maybe 4 times.
Okay. Wow.
But those 4 times were like impactful. And one of the things I learned while growing up is the ability to keep relationships.
Yeah, yeah.
What you need to do if you need someone in your life. How you should not be a parasite.
Yeah.
So you should always bring something to the table. So even in those class, I was very reserved back then, still reserved right now, very shy person. But I know that if you have something to offer someone, they won't let you go, regardless of whether there's a lot of people fighting for the opportunity. So I knew in the space of looking for what someone needs and meeting that need. I mean, I've done that all my life. In graphic design, I did that. I was meeting people's needs. Yeah. When I was doing photography, I had lens before I had camera. I had a 50mm before I had camera. Because I have a 50mm, my guys, maybe they had like 18 to 35 as at then, all these kit lenses.
Yeah.
But they own a camera. So what I did was they can borrow my lens. And when I need their camera, I can borrow. So so I understood all those principles. So it's those principles I brought into trying to get close to this guy called Timmy Davis. Then I became one of his shooters
for weddings. Now this is film and no longer photography.
This is at that point I was already saying bye bye to photography.
Yeah, because
I was already doing giveaway with all my speed lights. I had speed lights. I had like 3 speed lights. I had a Canon 60D. That was the camera I brought. Okay. But I already sold that. Sold my camera.
So, but you entered into photography, right?
Yeah.
That was after you left that place, you went into photography. So was it because of that film you saw? That's the Timmy Davis film that got you interested in film? Because it's so...
No, I think so. Film is what I would have done eventually. Okay, I would have graduated from being a video editor to film. But I only went to photography because I needed money to survive in school. And photography was big.
Yeah.
Who was paying wedding filmmakers? They were probably paying 50K. No jokes. They were probably paying 50K to come and cover a full wedding back then. But right now, wedding filmmakers are making more money. I think back then, my photography charged like 250 grand. If I was in photography.
Back then? Wow.
Yeah, if I was in photography, with photo book, all those lights that we used, not lights, but all those packaging that we used to package.
Yeah.
So if I was in, back then, it was 250. Then if you want me to do your video alongside the pictures, I think it was 350. Man. So do the ratio, 100K for 3 guys shooting, then you're shooting with just one other assistant. You're collecting 250. You get filmmaking I didn't go into it because I felt it was more profitable. I think one of the things that helps me, I just went into it for the love of, this guy is doing something amazing. I think this picture is boring. It was when I got to that class, I knew there's actually money in film that we don't know. We're just shortchanging ourselves, collecting 100K. At that time, Timmy was collecting cool cash in dollars, not even in naira. He was collecting cool cash in dollars, and it was the same weddings we're shooting. It was not like same weddings though, but I'm saying in the same industry.
It was the same industry.
So it means that it was a viable profession. It was a profession that can make money. So I think it was that class that changed my orientation. I think he said one of the things he said I couldn't forget was, I think I was using HP then, he was using Mac, he doesn't know anything about Windows. And he was going to teach us with Final Cut, but most of us were doing Windows. So it was like, if you're patient enough, I can get you a job that you'll be able to buy a MacBook Pro from. Do you understand? MacBook Pro was like 350 then. For you to get a decent one that can edit, was 350. And if someone is telling me you can get me a job that I will be able to buy, not like, so be able to buy is like a profit.
Yeah.
Not cost. So I was like, you will be able to get a job that you can buy a system from. I was like, okay, then that means this thing makes sense. But the job never came. The job never came, but opportunities came. Yeah. Opportunities to film, opportunities to travel, opportunities to do stuff together with him. Like I cannot take for granted what those opportunities did to my career, and most importantly, opportunities to meet people. I think the best thing that happened to me as a human being is I met the right set of people.
Yeah.
It was through Timmy I met Fed, for instance, that we started working together.
Yeah.
So I sold my camera, sold that to get a laptop because I never started editing Final Cut. The person teaching me wanted to do Final Cut. So I sold my camera, saved a lot of money. How much was the system? I think it was 200. I eventually get it for 240k. With that 240k, it was the most strenuous savings I've done in my life. Because the money was like it was never going to be complete.
Wow.
In fact, the day I was going to buy the system, the person that I was saving with, I could not reach the person. It was mad.
Wow.
But I mean, that's the journey that has brought me here so far.
When you started with weddings.
Yeah, I started with weddings. I started with another thing apart from weddings too. I needed to do personal projects because nobody's going to give you their weddings if they've not seen your work.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I started with doing an act. Which is a secret I used to share to my students in Shoot Edit Repeat. I'm not even sure how to share it on camera. So I think one of the things I did when I started was I had people, like I was part of a ministry that had plenty teenagers and all that.
Okay.
A youth ministry to be sincere. So I had access to people. I was a bit influential. I was the head of media there. So I had access to people. And people naturally liked me. Why, I don't know. Or they just respect that I'm a creative. So I had friends that were a bit influential in their space. Not like popular, but in their space they're influential. And I figured, what's the day you have attention the most in your life? It's your birthdays.
Yeah, definitely. Most
people do photo shoots. Just more like you want to do, more like a brand wants to launch something. They launch it so that everybody can call attention to that particular brand.
Yeah.
So what day is best to market stuff? Most likely your birthdays. And I figured, okay, what if I start creating like personal documentaries for people? Something I can afford to do that won't cost me lot.
Too much, yeah.
But at least I can market myself. I can call it my personal project. So I started doing like all this short form content for people on their birthday. Just create a story around maybe what they believe in, their thought process basically. People saw that video and wanted to create something like that.
Yeah.
I know they can't pay me, but if I see that your story is interesting and you want to do that, I go ahead and do that. Then now people now know that, oh, there's a guy somewhere called Dabes that does video. The only way you get job is they need your service somewhere, and someone in that decision table knows that you do that stuff and you do it well. The person will recommend you. But if nobody knows that you do that stuff and they don't even know that you do it well, the opportunity will come, but it will not come to you. It's just like the way Coke markets themselves. You see, when you see a Coke billboard and all those things, you see all these activations they do.
Yeah.
They don't do it because they just want to waste money. They do it so that they stay at the top of the mind of people. So that when you are tasty and you want to buy something, what comes to your mind? Those things that you've seen.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with your personal brand too. Yeah. So when there's a decision to be made somewhere and they need a videographer, what comes to the mind of everybody is, who do they know that does videography? Yeah. That's the first thing. That does videography first. Then the next level is, who do they know that does it well, good? Yeah. That is good at doing this thing. That when I recommend this person, they will not sack me in this organization. That's the second level. The third person is, who do they know that does this thing well, that has a good character alongside. That when they pay the person to do the job, they will not be pursuing the person to deliver the job.
Exactly.
You get? So these three levels are what things I worked on. Okay, first off, I want to know how to do this thing well. I want everybody that knows me anywhere in the world knows that this is what I do, film. So when I was doing graphics, everybody that thinks of that best, what they thought of is graphics. When I moved to photography, I intentionally made sure that everybody that knows that best knows that that best no longer do graphics. So he's now a photographer and he's a good photographer. Everybody on WhatsApp, every avenue I needed to put it out there to know. In fact, some people I still get photography
jobs till today.
Requests till today saying I have a wedding due. I'm from friends. No jokes, from friends that they don't know that I do film, but like they still want me to do their wedding. I'm like, I don't even have any photography gear again. My camera doesn't shoot pictures, so I cannot even take it. You get? But that was me. So when I moved to film too, it was the same thing. I wanted everybody. So I used the birthday arc as a tool to that, to create that, okay, at least if I can meet your birthday deadline, it means that I can meet your client's deadline.
Yeah.
It means that I can meet your office deadline. So people started referring me to work with their brands. It was small money. It was content I could post on my page.
Yeah.
It was content that I could also leverage on, because these things works on referral. If you do a good job, most likely more good job will come from that. If you do a bad job, that's the end.
That's the end of
that will come from that person. So I tried my best, even though there were jobs that I was not proud of, that didn't go right. I can't say I did all the whole execution well. There are jobs that never saw the light of the day, but I tried my best to do what the Bible says: follow peace with all men. You get, even if our work relationship didn't work well, I try my best to still be, a friend, as if I can be. I try my best to we'll still see each other on the road, and we'll be able to greet each other. You get, so I try my best to maintain those good character alongside trying to do the best work I can do. The people I've worked with all my life are the same people I'm working with, and I'm not sure I'm ready to change. Even though I train people here every now and then, I train people every now and then, but I don't train them to come and work for me. No, that's not the goal. I'm training you to go and find your stuff.
Of course. Not
to come and work. So a lot of people apply for that training because they want to join my team and all that. And I tell them from first day of class, it's not an audition to join in the team. Because there's not even team. There's just one guy that has a lot of people that they vibe together with. And the most interesting part of our vibing is, I think, it's the financial part.
We're going to get there. Because that's like because that's like the most important part.
Because we don't fight. The fact is that we don't fight. If I don't have money and we're doing a job, I'll tell you, this job, there's no money on it. And we'll still go. There's nobody that is saying, no, he's not paying me, I'm not going. Because everybody's getting jobs. Everybody's bringing something to the table. So if I don't pay you for this job, obviously, next time I'm shooting for you. You know? You get. But even... And when the money is a lot, it's plenty, and everybody's happy. It's not like the money is not plenty. You are buying Benz, your guys are. No, everybody's happy. Everybody is literally just happy.
But there's something you mentioned here that I think a lot of creatives are failing on. And that's what a lot of things. That's why people are not vibing with creatives these days. And that's, you mentioned character, because sometimes you might be very good at your work, very good at what you do, but you don't deliver. You don't deliver on time. Number one, you can't communicate with your clients. I
think the worst one is communication.
Exactly. That's where creatives suffer from right now.
I'm not even sure it's about delivering on time or not. Everybody gets caught up in all this plenty assumptions. There was a job I did. I've done my part. I finished editing a shot. But the colorist was not done. I was calling him, he wasn't picking.
Hey.
Or he was busy or something. I was trying to get the job, but I wasn't going. At that point, it was not like the decision to deliver the job is not on my end.
Yes.
It's on the guy's end. But my clients did not give the guy job. He gave me the job. So it's on my part to communicate. So what I was doing in those instances was I was communicating. So most times I sent my clients like a production schedule.
Okay.
Of when everything is going to be ready, and I keep them in the loop of what is happening at the moment. So when things was going on, I'm sorry right now, it's not ready because the colorist is not done yet.
Okay.
He has one or two things to fix. When it's done, you will get it the same hour I get the link.
Exactly.
And I think it's about communication. I tell my guys too when we go to work, not them fed. So right now I'm building another team.
Okay.
That can do small projects. Everybody in this house is big on it. There are some level of projects I can't call them to.
Yeah, of course.
But there are some projects that I do that I train some other guys.
Okay.
This is not shoot edit repeat training.
Yeah,
There's shoot edit repeat training. There are trainings where I see someone and I see a part of me growing up in them. I'm like, oh, this person had the same vibe this person had. And I think if I train this person, probably be able to put them in the right path.
Yeah.
Let me shock you. I had a 10-year plan when I was in Unilag. I saw the plan now, and it's totally opposite of what I am right now. I never foresee being a filmmaker as a plan. I saw something else. I probably saw 9 to 5 or saw something serious.
Yeah.
But so I know that there are some things you need to do that can bring you to where I am right now. So I train them. So I tell them when we are going for work and you mix, if the call time is 8, and by some miraculous happenstance, you discover that you can't get here for 8. What is expected of you is to send me a text. If you can't call me and say, I'm sorry, something came up, I can't get it. And don't send it at 8:15.
Exactly.
Don't send it at 8 o'clock. Send it to me before 8 and say, I'm sorry, I can't get here 8 o'clock, but I'm on my way. Is there somewhere else I can meet you, or would you wait for me, or something like that? And that's what I do with my clients. So if call time is 8 and I'm probably stuck in Third Mainland Bridge traffic, I send the text, I'm sorry, I'm on Third Mainland Bridge in traffic, but I'm on my way. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Like, communication is key. Once you communicate, everybody's fine. They might be angry, but at least you took them. It's better than not saying anything.
Exactly. Because
not saying anything is saying a lot of things. It's saying that you're irresponsible. Exactly. It's saying that you don't have sense. So you choosing to not say anything is not, you're not doing yourself a favor. You think you're calm, you're protecting your space. No, you're not protecting your space. You're destroying your reputation in different people. And if you destroy it in one person, it's not just one person. It's a lot of people connected to that one person.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have been with us so far. Please be sure to like and subscribe to this channel.
Long, sir.
Be sure to like what? Okay, please cut.
Am I ever shooting for me, bro?
What are you saying now? What is this guy saying?
I want to shoot for Coke and Nike. Let them call you everything, but never that this guy knows Sabi in work. Maybe what I'll call transition is maybe when I made my first million on a job. Charge these clients 1 million and they paid. I'm going to say a secret that if you don't watch any part of this, you watch this one.